Hello everyone. My last video, my new sewing machine arrived and I've been researching and looking at for the last few weeks what you need as a person who's going to sew. So these are some of the things I found, and you can maybe let me know what you find indispensable, those of you who sew. Okay, so let's start. So number one, you need scissors, sharp ones. I rather like these. I use them when I hand sew, but just to snip cotton. Also in my collection, which is over there, there's a quick unpick to a seam ripper, I think it's called by some people, and also a little pair of scissors. You also need super sharp cutting scissors, but those are not in my little bunch that I bought today. So how would you cut the material? Well, the standard is now a rotisserie cutter. Be careful that you use the settings, so it has a safety setting there, and then that releases the blade, and look, so then you just go along and cut. So do remember to put the safety back on in case there's little hands in your house. Okay, and that's the spare blade that arrived with it. So all of these I got on my Amazon Prime, I think. So another thing that you need to hold down the material or to join material together are these little clips. I know that the standard was pins, and I also have pins, I will show you. But these can be really useful, especially if you're quilting or adding maybe 3 layers of material, or you have 2 really heavy pieces of material. These can be really useful, and then they're just on the edge of, and you slide them off as you're sewing. So some people swear by them, some people prefer the old classic pins. So if you get pins, do get the ones that can be picked up with a magnet, and these are lovely. They have a little pearl on the end so that you can pull them out if you're sliding them into your material. As you're going along sewing on the edge, you just slide them out. So pins are good, and of course if you want to make yourself a little pin cushion, that can be good. I just keep mine in a little container, and I can just grab them as I wish. Needles. A lot of people are tempted to go to an online sort of $1 or £1 or €1, wherever you are, store, and buy cheap needles, cheap anything. Don't skimp on decent needles. These are Schmitz, which are Austrian or German Austrian, and yeah, don't skimp on those. You need a decent needle. These go from 70 to 110, so from the lightest to the heaviest needle that you need for a very heavy denim or thick fabric. What else did I get? So the number one thing that I know, because I've been watching you experts, is that you need cotton, thread, whatever you call it. Don't be tempted. I've actually got 2 of these because I thought it was a good pack. So I decided, at first I just wanted to get black and white and grey because I thought that's great. And then Gutman, who are the experts, make this lovely budget pack. So it has a black, white, cream, beige, brown, grey, darker grey, green, navy, well that's sort of khaki green, and red. So between all of those, you're going to be fine. The one thing I have learned is grey goes with everything. So if you're thinking of getting thread and you know what to get grey, because it, apart from white, of course, white and black, grey sort of covers all options, especially if you've got printed fabric. So I got 2 of these, and again, don't be tempted to buy the in the dollar store, just cheap stuff. This is proper thread. It's not going to clog up your machine. It's 110 yards, 100 meters, whichever one you're on, and they are the experts, and this is actually polyester, and it's quite long lasting. You don't want to make a nice garment and then find out that the cotton's all degrading and falling to bits. And then a little spoily, an extra, which really I probably could have done without, but I just said no, I'm going to be spending a lot of time on my machine, so this is what I got. And it is a mini iron, a mini steamer. Isn't it cute as pie? So it has the steamer. Here's the little container where you put the water in. It has a little tiny little jug to fill it up, but I'm thrilled with it because, as you know, when you start to sew, you're gonna have to iron all the time. So every time you make a seam, you need to iron it so that it sits nice and flat. And this is a gorgeous, it's tiny, so you can also use it to travel. It is called a travel steamer. It's an iron though, it's not just a steamer that you hand hold. And of course, being here in Europe, you have to have the special plug if it heats up. So yeah, I'm thrilled. Look, excuse me, isn't that the best thing you've ever seen? I'm absolutely over the moon about it. The water goes in there, but you can also use it, excuse me, if you don't want to steam, just without steam. So those are my things. What else did I get? I got some chalk to mark, excuse me, 4 different colors. Blue and pink and white. You can also get marking pens. I happen to like chalk because it just, it wipes off and one doesn't need a pen. Yes, so there's the little steam iron. Thrilled. And also I got, I'm using a little tin to put all the little tiny feet and pieces from my machine so they don't go astray. So those are my go-tos for today. What do you think? What do you find essential to sewing? I hope that I'm going to get some lovely tips and tricks from you experts. And by the way, if you have any questions as to where to get all of this, you can let me know. So from Amanda here in Italy on my sewing journey, remember, have fun as you sew. So I'm going to dig into all the things I'm getting up to and what I'm sewing. My first project is going to be this caftan, which I made many, many years ago, using fabric that was pre-embroidered. And I'm going to actually take it in. I could never really take it in successfully. I tried by hand, but now I've got a machine, this beautiful caftan, which I love in summer. Even the sleeves have got embroider on. It just needs to be taken in, and I unfortunately can't really take it in successfully by hand, and I don't want to, and I don't need to anymore because I have a machine. So it has, yeah. This is now going to be my first project, and I'm going to add pockets to it. I didn't say that. I love pockets on any of my dresses. So this beautiful caftan, which has this lovely blue with this embroidery, is now going to be taken in and worn often, and I'm going to add pockets to it. So you tell me which project you're working on. Can be any crafting project, and what you think of my add-ons, my essentials. So let me know in the comments what you find essential. Talk to you on the next one. Bye from Amanda.